Okay, Mark. Well, I certainly appreciate you coming on, and maybe you can share the message with your father. I'm Glenn Hughes, and I'm very fortunate tonight and honored to have Alan Hildebrandt with us this evening, with his son Mark Hildebrandt of Hildebrandt Lures. Mark sold the company back in, I think it was 2006. Is that correct, Mark?
Yes.
And prior to that, his father ran the business. And it's a tremendous brand, still owned now out on the West Coast by Yakima Baits. But we're honored to have Mr. Alan Hildebrandt with us, who is the recipient of being entered into the Sport Fishing Industry Hall of Fame this week. And so congratulations to Alan for this unbelievable achievement. It's a small list of folks that have actually made it to the Hall of Fame for ASA. It was really just created last year. And I'm going to share a list, Mark, with you on my screen.
Okay.
The audience that has received this is small, and it's a very elite group. And up to last year, it was based on folks that had received the Future of Fishing Award or the Lifetime Achievement Award. And then it was after that meeting with Peter Foley, who said, really, Alan Hildebrandt deserves to be in this group for all that he's achieved in his career. And the board unanimously agreed. And so I want to share a screen with you for a second. And I want to be able to share this list of recipients that are in the Hall of Fame. So your dad's going to know a lot of these names. Can you see those?
Yes. Tom Bedell, Dave Bolteyes, John Sharvett, Homer Circle, Tom Domerick, Jim Dawson, Peter Foley, Fred Hall, Ken Hammond, James Hubbard, Lefty Cray, Randy Lemke, Carl Lederman, Gary Loomis, Daryl Lawrence, Jeffrey Marble, Jim Martin, John Morris, Mike Nessman, David Pfeiffer, Jeff Pontius, Dick Poole, Dick Posey, Jim Range, Helen Sevier, Bill Shedd, Eddie Smith Jr., Harry Vernon, Forrest Wood, and Gary Zern. And yes, we recognize a lot of those names, Glenn.
Some of those.
Sure. What was that?
He said some of those are big names.
They are big names, and your dad's is as well. Mark, could you share for a moment a little bit of the history of your father with what he had done in World War II, as well as with the company?
Sure. Dad's grandfather started the company in the 1890s, and he ran it until 1912. His dad's father, Hiram, ran the company from 1912 until he died in 1954. Dad's older brother, Uncle John, joined Hiram after World War II, maybe a couple years after. And Uncle John was a B-24 pilot in the European theater of World War II.
Yeah.
Dad was a B-26 pilot and flew 64 missions over Italy and Germany, based out of Sardinia and Dijon, France. And after he returned from the war, he worked in accounting for a friend at a department store. He graduated from Purdue's engineering school, never practiced a day of engineering in his life. And then when his father died, his brother John asked him to come into the business, and they ran the business as partners for
30 years.
30 years.
30 years.
And then I joined the company about 1988 and was there until we sold it in 2006.
I gotcha. Well, that was quite a run, and the lures still live on today, which is exciting. Is there any chance that you and your father do any fishing anymore?
Well, I do more than he does.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way.
Understood.
Yeah, I get to go fishing every now and then, and not enough, but I guess everybody can say that.
Now, your father's 97 years young
Correct.
and married to his wife Edie for how many years?
Well, since 1948, so what's that, 52, 72 years?
72 years. Now, does Edie get a medal for that, or does Alan?
They share that trophy.
Is there anything that your dad would like to say to the industry and the folks around sport fishing?
Would you like to say anything to the industry?
Well, I think ASA is more than 25 years old. So I think the move to Washington was a good move.
Yeah. It was about 1994 or so that it switched from AFTMA to ASA. We consider ourselves born in 1933 as AFTM, the Associated Fishing Tackle Manufacturers. And we have a nice photo from that from 1933. And so it's been a great industry, and there's so many folks that owe a debt of gratitude to you and all those that came before us. I was fortunate to mentor under Mike Nussman, who was here when you were involved, and he retired 2 years ago. And the industry has just been giving me so much, and there's so many folks that need to hear your story and have something to shoot for their careers. And may we all live a long and industrious life like yourself. So I thank you very much for all you've done, not only for the country, but for their industry. And I wish you many, many more years of happiness.
Well, listening to you, I think the association's in good hands.
That's very kind of you, very kind. So Mark, if there's nothing else, we again appreciate your time and look forward to, we'll be sharing an award with your father in the near future, but we congratulate him on being a part of the Sport Fishing Industry Hall of Fame.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
Glenn.
you.
Thank you. Have a good evening. Our
You
best
too.
to Edie. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.